Hello everyone and welcome to my April TBR, where I will be getting a random prompt generator, spinny wheel generator to help pick the books that I will be reading this month. Now, in February, I was coming out of a reading slump, and did I read every single book on my TBR? No. But I did do a lot better than what I was anticipating, and I also read a lot more than if I didn't have the TBR. So we are currently in my room right now. I need to actually find this spinner wheel thing because I am assuming it exists. Surely it exists. I will be migrating to downstairs where like my physical TBR is. I mean, I do have some of my physical TBR on this bookshelf here in my room, but those are my special editions. I don't know, I feel like if I get a prompt and there's something on here that fits, I will just find it. Let's pick the books that I'm going to be reading this month. Wait, also I did just paint my nails because it was bothering me. So if you wonder why, well, you probably didn't even notice I painted my nails, but like I just wanted to just say, like I just did it just then in the process of me going downstairs. I was like, wait, I need to do my nails. Also, I am thinking I'm gonna do like 10 books. That's very ambitious, but I feel like it'll be good for me to have a selection. And I really do want to get through them all. And I'm really hoping that we can. Guys, I actually don't know where to sit because everywhere I am, just the lighting is terrible. Don't mind that. That is from my birthday celebration and it hasn't been taken down yet. But I don't know where I'm supposed to sit for this. Bear with me. Wait guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, like how terrible is it here? Like I feel like here could be fine. Am I like slightly crooked a little? I don't know if I'm slightly crooked or not. I don't know. Okay guys, so I found this. It's spin the wheel. It's just like the first thing that came up when I looked up TBR prompts and whatever. I am hoping that I get some prompts relating to like thrillers because I feel like that's going to be like the best thing for me to continue not being in a reading slump, because thrillers are so addicting because you want to know what's going to happen. And you know, sometimes with books I feel like I draw out the process because I'm like, well, once I finish this, I'm no longer going to be with these characters. And yes, I can reread it, but it's not going to be the same as reading a book that you love and adore for the very first time. But with thrillers, you're like, no, I want to know, like, I need to know what's going to happen. So I definitely want to have some thrillers on here. I also want to get some books relating to series that I really love that I've kind of stopped reading. Also, taking one of my shelves, it's bending bad. I'll show you. Guys, that's not meant to be bending that bad. Okay guys, so let's spin the very first wheel. This takes a long time. You pick. I pick. That is so boring. This is actually like the most boring thing. There's a few books on my radar for this month. I ideally want to finish Saving Six. I've been in the middle of that for so long. I started Tower of Dawn and Empire of Storms, but I think I'm just going to try to just pick up where I left off, or I might just like restart it. My boyfriend and I watch these thrillers on Netflix all the time, the limited series ones. And there's this guy and his name is like Harlan, and he has so many books that have been adapted into these thrillers and like they're so addicting. And I don't know if I maybe want to pick one of them. However, I don't have any of them in my physical TBR. And also I want to discuss this. I really don't want to be buying any books this year really, unless I've already read the book. Okay, so new releases, stuff like that, I can read, but I can read from the library or I can listen to an audiobook of it. Because I have Spotify, I have Audible, I can do that. I really want to be reducing my physical TBR and buying books. It's ridiculous. There's 357 books on my unread physical TBR. That is like ridiculous and it makes me feel sick. It's just terrible. I don't want to have that many books unread. I mean, everyone to each their own, but I personally don't want that. So my goal is to cut it down, right? And my issue is I feel like I buy these books when they come out because I want to be part of the hype. Well, I can read them at the library, and then if I love them, then I can get a copy for myself because it's not going in my physical TBR, so it doesn't count, you know? So these Harlan mysteries, my library has ebooks and audiobooks of them. Because guys, okay, I will admit sometimes with library books, I'm a little bit funny about germs, okay? Sometimes I get very like, but if it's audiobooks or ebooks, that's fine. So I could pick something like that. So I'm gonna do some thinking because I don't know which out of those books I want to choose. Let me think about it. Also, with the no buy thing, I have not bought a single book for myself. I got 2 books for my birthday and I will get to them, but I've not bought a single book so far this year. There are some books that I feel like maybe if I do buy, I will read a day of. If I buy a book, it needs to be the book that I'm reading. Only that to buy one and I need to read it like immediately. And I'm not allowed to read any of the books. I need to finish that or unhaul it or get rid of it. Because I am just no more book hauls, none of that, no more buying books because I'm scared I'm gonna miss out. Well, then I need to read what I already have. Or I might do something where it's like, if I read 5 books, I can get No, that's terrible. If I read 10 books, I can buy one. Maybe. And it has to be a very good reason as to why I'm getting it. A very, very good reason. Because this is ridiculous, actually. I have Kindle Unlimited as well. So if I want a book, right, I need to read it first before I buy the physical copy. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, no, it's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous at this point. I'm so mad at myself. And I'm saving so much money, but also it's actually really easy to not spend money on things when you have to pay rent and bills and groceries on top of like all the other stuff you're paying, like car insurance and fuel and stuff. On top of all that, like all of that, I'm not very conscious of things. And there are some things I spent money on that I'm like special edition books where I'm like, yeah, that's like basically like almost a week of rent. So absolutely not. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but well, is it? I don't know. Anyways, I am looking on my library app. I have 3 different library apps. I have Hoopla, love Hoopla because no one at my library, I think, actually knows about Hoopla because I've never had to wait on there. BorrowBox and Libby, there are always holds and not holds, what is it? There's always lines, is it? Yeah, there's always holds that you need, but Hoopla, there's always stuff available. Also, I'm sorry, I'm talking so much and that's really annoying. I'm really sorry, but I'm gonna look up these Harlan Coben. Guys, I don't even say the right things. I don't know how his books go. So he has heaps. Runaway, that is, I think I'm gonna pick that. This was the show that I really like this show. And I know that I've seen it. I think I'm gonna pick this book for my free pick. Okay, this is what the summary says. You've lost your daughter. She's addicted to drugs and to an abusive boyfriend. You haven't seen her in 6 months. Then you find her busking in New York Central Park. So that's already different from the show because in the show she's busking at like the campus. Is she? Or is she in New York? I feel like she's at a campus. I can't remember. But she's not the girl you remember. This woman is frail, filthy, terrified, and in more trouble than you've ever imagined. You don't stop to think, you approach her. You beg her to come home. She runs. You follow. What choice do you have? And as you descend into the dark, dangerous world she's lost herself in, you quickly find yourself out of your depths. Down here, no one is safe. And now both of you may never make it out alive. Okay, so that's gonna be my free pick. It is an audiobook. I'm gonna borrow that now. We've picked the first book. It is Runaway by Harlan Coben. And I am interested to see what I'm gonna think about it. And I don't know, I really liked the show to the point where I was gonna start rewatching the show again because I liked it so much. And then I was like, wait, I could just read the book. You know, and also the thing about mysteries is I feel like there's 2 different types of people. People that are like, I will never reread a mystery because I already know what's happened. And the people who are like, no, I wanna reread a mystery. I wanna reread a thriller because I wanna see how everything links and I wanna see everything from the perspective of what I know now. Because I feel like sometimes also at the start of thrillers, like you're still figuring things out, who people are, you're missing things, and yeah, I'm in that category. Okay, time to spin the next book. As you see, it still says you pick, so you know that I haven't cheated. And I will show you again. What does it say? I'll show you first. What does that say? A number. Wait. Guys, am I stupid? It says hashtag in the title. Does that mean number? Does that mean a number? Like, does hashtag mean number? Yes, it does. Guys, am I stupid? Yes, the hashtag symbol is formally known as the number sign. And also, I don't think I have a single book that has a hashtag in the title. So it has to be number. Yes? And I just looked it up and there's a few things. There's literally a book called My Life as a hashtag and hashtag Goldilocks. Guys, if someone really writes about this, I can try to locate a book of that and read that. Look at the rodents. Are they rodents or are they supposed to be bears? Number in the title. Guys, this is actually going wonderful for me because remember what I just said, one of the books I wanted to read? Give me a second. Okay, I found it. Saving 6 because this clearly has a number in the title and I was wanting to read this anyways. Also, I am in the middle of this. Now, the reason why this one doesn't have a bookmark in it is because this is not the edition I was reading. I have 2 editions of this series because I did not like these covers. And at some point I'm gonna get rid of them. But I have like the other covers. I ordered them from America, I think. Anyways, this is Saving 6. I'm in the middle of it, so I don't know exactly how far in I'm in the middle of. I will have to work it out and calculate it. This series is part of the Boys of Torment series. There is lots of different characters. So the first 2 books followed Johnny and Shannon, and then Saving 6 and Redeeming 6 is following Joey and Aoife, and then there's other books after that, which follow different characters, like Taming 7 and then Releasing 10. This book, I stopped reading. I don't actually know why I stopped. It is very heavy and there's a lot of topics in here that are like, if you do have triggers and things, definitely look up before going into this series. But I really well, enjoying is the wrong word, but I was really interested and compelled to keep reading this. It's really a character study and following these characters' lives as they experience different things, and you go through with them all the stuff that they are dealing with, and them reflecting on things and how their experiences in the past shape them as who they are today. And yeah, I'm just glad that we got that, because I really did want to read this. And I don't actually know, I think it's also fine if I can't find the other book anyways, because, so I'll find the book, I don't know where it is, I quickly looked everywhere, I couldn't find it, but I'm hoping it will turn up somewhere. But otherwise it's fine, because I do have a copy here of it. And like I said, my library is so good, and they do have all of the audiobooks for this series. Also, my library also has all the audiobooks for the dramatized Zodiac Academy one. So my library, like, guys, your local library, please support it. I am very disappointed in myself, because I know there are so many books on my shelf there that I should have just read at the library first, or if I really wanted to, secured from the library. Anyways, second book down. Okay, so as you can see, it says number in the title. I haven't, hashtag in the title. I'm just gonna spin it again. Make sure that no one is spying on me, because they're gonna be like, what is she doing? What does it say? Blindfold pick. What does this mean? Like, what does it mean by a blindfold pick? That I just like close my eyes and like point at something. How am I gonna prove to you guys that I am doing this though? Guys, I'm closing my blinds for this. I don't know, like, if I just drag my hand around and then just like go from there, but I don't know what anything is. Okay, I'll close my eyes. Guys, this is ridiculous. Okay, how are you gonna see what I'm seeing? This is ridiculous actually. What if I just like start up here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is my hand on? Okay, so my hand's actually on 3 books. So let's look at this. We have Chain of Gold, Kiss the Sky, and House of Sorrows. So Chain of Gold I can't read. Then it was Kiss the Sky. No, but it was mainly like this, wasn't it? So I have to just go with Kiss the Sky. What is this? Is this even the right? Am I even up to this one? This is the issue. It's like, I don't even know if I'm even up to this one. Let me just consider this to see if this is actually even the one I'm up to in the first place. Okay, so I've done some looking around, and this book just happens to be the one that I am up to next in the Addicted/Calorie Sister series. This series it's very messy. It's following all these different characters, strong found familyness, I am told. I have enjoyed my experience reading the other ones. I have. Now this one is about Rose and Connor. Mainly follows them. And I'm pretty sure this is the book where they are having 5 years later. Did I start this? I don't know if I started this. I think this is the one where they have a reality show. I'm pretty sure they have a reality show. Yeah, the screening party. This is the reality TV show because of Lily and Lowe's, well, mainly Lily's scandal. Oh wow, I'm only 3 books in. Yeah, and I do in fact have the entire series. Which again, guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is why it's a problem. Because it's like, I have pretty much all the books in all the series, and it's like, we now need to actually read them. So like, maybe it's not such a bad thing that I got this book. I think I started it and then I stopped. I don't actually know why, but this is the next book. And yes, Rose is very smart, so is Connor. They're both like just very smart. And you know, Rose, she has a fashion line and they're living together. I do need to finish this series, and I feel like with these long series, the more books you get into it, the more invested you are and the more you care and like the characters. Although I will say the whole Reich and Daisy thing does not sit right with me. It in fact disturbs me greatly. She is a minor, and it was, I think, in the previous book where Lily was like, oh well, she's like basically an adult because she hangs out with adults all the time. And you know, I think she made a comment something along the lines of like her almost like being the same age as her or older than her, or feeling like she's older than she is, but like that's very damaging, and I hate that whole mature for the age thing. No, she is a minor. It's weird. I don't like it. I in fact hate it. It's weird. Guys, 3 books is already kind of overwhelming me. Do I really want there to be 10? I'm not entirely sure. See, as you can see, it still says blindfold pick, so I'm not cheating, so I'm just like, I don't know. It doesn't really matter if well, it kind of does, because I'm saying that I'm not going to cheat, like, and I'm saying I'm going to do whatever. What does this say? Female author. This is wonderful. These prompts are very, very vague. I feel like you can have, No, but then it's not really, because then these prompts at the top here, it's like under 300 pages, over 400 pages, and I'm getting all the like free picks and blindfold pick and female author. So there's so many books that I could potentially read with this. I'm going to have a little investigation and I will get back to you. Okay, I am back. This is a book that was actually on my February TBR, and I was very disappointed that I ran out of time for reading it. So I'm putting it on because Su Lin Tan is a female author. Now, this book sounds so interesting to me. It is a fantasy romance inspired by Cinderella and a Chinese fairy tale. And, oh, it's a series. Well, then Fairy better do the other books in this series then, because that's going to be annoying. This book is beautiful though. So, life in the Iron Mountains is harsh and unforgiving. So, an uncle dies, there's an enchanted ring which is stolen by his step-aunt. Oh yeah, because it's inspired by Cinderella. There's a palace, there's a ruthless and ambitious prince, nothing is as it seems, there's a quest, of course it's a quest. There's a fantasy, there's gonna be some sort of quest. There's a map. Sunlight strikes through the sloped roof of the palace, the tiles shimmering like obsidian. Also, the writing is like the font in this book is lovely. So, I'm excited for this book, and yeah, I'm just putting it on this TBR because I want to read it, and I will be making sure to prioritize this and making sure it doesn't get to the end of the month where I'm like, I've got no time to read this, I don't want to rush it. Okay guys, so as you can see, it still says female author. We're going to spin it, and I hope I don't run out of storage. Bought in 2020. Ooh, so this is going to be an old book. Now, 2020 was, I was 15 then. It was during the pandemic. This is gonna be hard. How am I going to know? I don't know how I'm going to know that. Let me try to find something because this is gonna be hard. This is gonna be difficult because I didn't really buy that many books then because I did not have a job. Going to my old book videos, I'm pretty sure Six of Crows I bought in 2020. I'm pretty sure I bought that book in 2020. And there was a first book that I thought of. Really, anything that has a Dymix sticker on it, it's a good chance it was bought like ages and ages ago, because I would always get given Dymix vouchers. Otherwise, I think a Stephen King book. Okay, so I found this video. I tried to read it, I read like the first page, and then, I don't know, it didn't really grip my attention, so I just put it down and picked up a different book, because I purchased this book with a whole bunch of other ones, so basically if a book didn't stand out to me, I just moved on. But I've heard lots of good things about it. Look, I'm gonna be honest, like, it's got a very interesting idea, so I'm going to give this another shot. I will give this another shot. All the Bright Places. I picked this up, so guys, that's my old room. I no longer live there. So now I'm nostalgic, actually. This book was just on the top of a tub of books where I was like, these are books I've been putting off and I kind of want to get to them. And yeah, but I haven't read Shadow and Bone, and I want to read Shadow and Bone first. Guys, in 2020, the only book that I read was Manacled, and I just read Manacled over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. None of these books I think are from 2020. I'm gonna be so honest because I didn't buy books, like, and I got into Book Talk in like 2021. So 2021 was when I read like the staple books, and that's when I bought the staple books. And it's just, I don't have anything from that time. I'm sorry, I'm putting this back because I'm not reading this without reading Shadow and Bone first, and I didn't even buy it, but it does have a Dymix sticker, so it's probably 2020. And I think I bought it 2022. Yes, because I bought it because that is when I had a lot of money saved up from when I was working, and I did a big book haul. I don't have anything from 2020. I'm sorry, I don't. Like, I don't have anything. So I'm gonna have to pick a different prompt because I just don't have anything. Okay, I'm putting this up here. I'm sorry guys, it's disappointing that I can't do it, but like, I don't have anything. So we can't pick it. What does this say? Standalone. Also, I have a lot of books here. Found family, fantasy, romance. I do have one thriller, but I'm thinking of maybe picking up a thriller for this pick because I feel like standalones, there's not many thrillers that are part of a series, and like I said, I want to be getting back into the mindset of like reading books and prioritizing books I have and using my downtime for, instead of social media and stuff that's not good, like books, and then also tasks that I am doing in silence, or maybe with music, listen to audiobooks instead. And it might motivate me to go on walks and things because I can listen to it. No, maybe I shouldn't listen to a thriller audiobook while walking. Anyways, let me just have a little perusal. Okay guys, so I have two options here. I have The Exorcist House, which is a book. It's set in the summer of of course it's a book. It's set in the summer of 1994. A psychologist, Daniel. Guys, I feel like maybe this is a sign. I was literally at uni today because I'm studying psychology. So nestled in the rolling hills of West Virginia, along with his wife and teenage daughter, the family uproots their lives in Ohio and moves south. There's a lot of southern states here. Why are so many like thriller things set in the southern states? Well, I mean, what's happening in America is horrifying. It's terrifying. So, okay. There is a country setting, but then there's a hidden room in the basement with a well, boarded shut and adorned with crucifixes. Local legends about the previous owner being an exorcist come to light, but by then all hell has broken loose. Now, this book I'm pretty sure is, I think the reason I bought it was because someone was like, it's like The Conjuring. Love The Conjuring movies. That is so comforting, and I don't know, I do think there's a lot of screaming in The Conjuring movies. There's a lot of screaming, but I do love them. So I could go with this, or we have Five Survive, which is by Holly Jackson. This is a standalone, as far as I'm concerned, which is, you know, when I was talking before about how not many thriller books are in like a series or a trilogy, well then these three are. The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I love them. So I think Five Survive is definitely an option, but I'm gonna be honest, it's just like an RV, it breaks down, someone is out there and someone wants one of them dead. So, I don't know, honestly, guys, I feel like Five Survive is a good option. Oh, I could have picked this for the number in the title. No, but I wanted to read 76, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go with The Exorcist House because also this book is a bit shorter and I am aware that the books I'm picking, they are thicker. I want to really make a dent in this, and I want to make a dent in my physical TBR. And some of the books that are shorter, I think it will motivate me more to get them down, because I really, like, I bought these books for a reason, because they sounded interesting. They were, you know, a potential escape from everything. So I want to read them and I want to get to them because I bought them. It's a lot of money that I've just wasted if they just sit there and get dust. So I'm gonna go with The Exorcist House because it sounds very good. Wait a minute, guys. This is not a standalone, I don't think. I don't think this is a standalone. I think I looked it up and I don't think this book is a standalone. Wait, is The Exorcist House by Nick Roberts a standalone? The Exorcist House, as well as the sequel. Okay, so it's successful as a standalone novel, but there is... Oh, guys, this is really disappointing. I badly wanted to read this. Okay, maybe I can get it for a different prompt. In the meantime, I'm gonna have to go with Five Survive because this is a standalone and I feel like it's been on my TBR for a while and I hate the cover. I think the cover's hideous and I just think Holly Jackson is, I remember those books, I really wanted to know what's gonna happen. So trust her, been there for a while. I'm not that excited to read this book, which is why I feel like I need to read it. So we're gonna go with Five Survive because unfortunately I just realized that The Exorcist House is in fact, I mean, it can stand on as a, but it's not. That's disappointing. So, this better be a standalone. I'm not looking it up. I'm not looking up. So if it's not, someone tell me and then we can discuss, but I don't know. So standalone, I'm going to spin the wheel again. A book you know nothing about. This could be interesting. I feel like there's a lot of books when I impulse bought that I know nothing about. I could actually, perfect thing. Like I said, I had a birthday celebration and my friends bought me books. One of my friends, she asked me specifically what I wanted and I said Brimstone by Callie Hart. And then my other friend, she just bought this for me. So I genuinely have no idea what it is because she bought it for me and she just said that she thinks I like it. Well, that's easy. I'm gonna go and get it for you now. Because really, I feel like anything that... Okay guys, I ran out of storage in the middle of that, which is very annoying. So I am just going to try to remember exactly what I was talking about. I had to delete some stuff. But essentially, I feel like books that I have bought on some level, I know something about it because I either know the premise or I know the series or something like that. And I just genuinely feel like this book is the best thing to go. It's a gift. And I feel like I want to read this because she bought it for me. And I don't want this book to go to waste. Not go to waste, but I don't want this book to just sit on my table and rot because it's beautiful. It's actually called A Beautiful Evil. It's got sprayed edges. So the gods made Pandora to be the perfect woman for a new husband. Actually, these earrings from Pandora. Is that a sign? The only problem, he wants nothing to do with her. What's his name? Epimetheus. I don't know, guys. Hurt and confused, Pandora sets about winning him over. It's what she was made for, right? But if loving Mateus I'm gonna call him Mateos, is truly her purpose. Shouldn't she actually like him? He's infuriating, rude, aside from his admittedly quite nice face. He's the last sort of man she'd ever be with. So they're forced to be together, forced proximity, and cover exactly why she's really there. There's an ominous prophecy, and I feel like this is just interesting. The font is really nice, actually. So we're gonna go with A Beautiful Evil because my beautiful, lovely friend bought this for me, and I know nothing about it because obviously she bought it for me, and I didn't read the back until just then. So this is wonderful. It says a book you know nothing about, and I'm going to spin it again. Sci-fi. I don't have very many sci-fi books. I think I'm gonna go with, actually, is Red Rising a sci-fi? Red Rising is classified as sci-fi. What about this Project Hail Mary? So Project Hail Mary is sci-fi, so is Red Rising, but I don't know if I want to start reading Red Rising. Maybe I should. I might actually just start reading Red Rising, maybe, because that is a series and it's sci-fi, but I got into Project Hail Mary, but then I got kind of bored of it. No, that sounds really bad. I didn't get bored of it. Well, I mean, I kind of, after I was reading that book, I went into a reading slump. So I can either go with Project Hail Mary to like make sure that doesn't happen, or I can just go Red Rising. I think I'm gonna go Red Rising because I have multiple books in that series, and it's like, I need to get into it. And side note, I have to write this story. Well, I have the story already, and I have to read it out. It's this thing, and I don't have to read. I said yes. I was invited to read it out, and it's like science fiction-y. So yes, we have Red Rising. It's actually not that thick. The Earth is dying, Darrow is a red, and a miner in the interior of Mars. Very interesting. His mission is to extract the previous elements. Okay, Darrow discovers it's all a lie, that Mars has been habitable and inhabited. I don't really know. He disguised himself as a gold. I'm really not sure. There is a map. I'm gonna go in pretty blind because I don't know like what is going on. And so Ender, Katniss, and now Darrow. So people are saying that he's on the same level as Katniss. Well, we'll see about that. But yeah, I've heard a lot of people talk about this. And again, I think this is a book. I almost just wrote down Red Dragon because I watched Silence of the Lambs on my birthday, and like that was above it. And okay, Red Dragon is before, okay, Red Rising. Yeah, this year is definitely a year of getting through my physical TBR, making progress on series, because like if you're gonna buy all the books in the series, you then have to read them. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, we have 3 books left. I really want to read Exorcist House. I really badly want to. Now that I, thought I was going to be able to read it, and now I can't. And also, guys, I wasn't cheating. You guys saw it on there. TBR jar. Do I even have? Yes, I do have a TBR jar. It's upstairs. Let's go. I was actually going to do this for this, but then I forgot what prompts are in there. This could be fun. Maybe. Okay, so we're back in my room. This is the TBR jar. I didn't think I was going to be picking from here.
But yeah, all the prompts are still in here from when I moved. I just transferred them. So just go in here and, oh, what is this?
Animal on the cover. I feel like I've done this prompt before. Animal on the cover. Guys, you don't know how long I've been staring at this cover trying to see if there's an animal on there. Like, not even like a creepy crow or maybe a bat or something. A dog, and it's just like, there's just nothing. Could I pretend, wait, is that a dog there? No, I don't think so. It kind of looks a bit like a dog, like that's the head of the dog, the body. Cat. Guys, the issue now that I'm having is that there's so many books that sound so good that I want to read really badly. So we have Desperate Characters. It's a cat on the front. I bought this because it was mentioned in You, and also Empire Storms because we have this octopus thing. I do want to get through this and Tower of Dawn. Don't know what Tower of Dawn is. There's so many books actually that have animals on them, but I have a lot of like pretty thick books. I'm gonna have to be strategic about how I'm reading and like making sure that I am making time for these books, otherwise they will not get read. Like they just won't get read. Guys, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read this book this month. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna read this book this month. So, Empire of Storms, that's an animal on the cover. Enough for me. There's like an octopus, like sea thing. That's close enough. This book sounds really good, but I'm running out of prompts and I want it. Also, I am including Tower of Dawn in this because I'm just considering them like 2 for 1 because I'm reading them both at the same time. I'm reading them. It's a really long, thick book, but I am gonna make my way through them. But I'm only counting it as 1 pick. So we have 8 more books to pick. There's so many good books over there. I really do want access. I really want to read this book. Please be a prompt that matches this. There. Please be something, please. Intimidating book. Is this book intimidating? Is this book intimidating? No, and I just said that. It's not intimidating at all. Wait, guys, can I swap it? Can I swap my things? We're gonna swap it. And let me explain. No, this doesn't even count. It doesn't even count. I can't even swap it. I was about to say this has a cat on the cover because I was thinking about this, but it doesn't. I can't swap it. I, in fact, can't swap it. Actually, can I swap something? Please, let me just have 1 swap. Where was my free pick? No, can I even swap anything? I can't even swap anything. This is not even a female author. I can't swap anything. Intimidating book. Guys, I have so many intimidating books on here. An intimidating book is The Count of Monte Cristo. And I don't want to read that. There's so many intimidating books on there. And intimidating for like different reasons. Guys, can I get a pass? I'm gonna make a rule that I get 3 passes. I've already used 1 of the passes because I can't remember whatever that prom was for. I can't remember, but I can't do it. The 2021. So that's a pass. This is a pass, and I get 1 more pass after this. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't want to read an intimidating book. I have so many long books there. I feel like sci-fi is pretty intimidating. You know, I have a lot of long book series that are also intimidating, like just by the length. What does this say? The intimidating book. Did we not just get this? No, I already passed on that. That doesn't count. That is ridiculous. We just got the exact same prompt again. Please be something. I want to read The Exorcist House. Please. Enemies to lovers. Guys, what is this? No, I want to read The Exorcist House. Okay, I'm using my pass. I'm using my pass again. I feel like these prompts are good, but like, it's not what I want. Please, please, please. A graphic novel. I don't have any of these. I have read Heartstopper, and I have read I'm All Up to Date with them. I don't have any other graphic novels. I can't do that. Please, I just want to read Ex's House. Treat yourself. That's good enough for me. So those kind of days like where you go out and you like, you know, you treat yourself, you pamper yourself. Because I think there's a YouTuber that I used to watch ages ago, and she did a video like this, and she did a whole bunch of things. Well, this is gonna be this book because I want to read it, and I want to read it so badly, and I just feel like I won't be able to focus on the prompts and actually finding the correct prompts while I want to read this book so badly. So guys, this is going to be the 9th book, and I'm so excited about it because I just want to read it. Like, I chalked up in my head, and now I'm like, I want to read it. That's that. I'm very excited about that. And one more prompt, okay? One more prompt, and this one, whatever it is, we're doing it. Even if it's intimidating. Book again. Because I'm sure I can find something, even though I already have a pretty, like, standard amount of, like, intimidating books. Yeah, it's the last prompt, and then we are done. What does this say? Includes music. So, this is interesting. There's a lot of books that could include music. I'm looking at a few things. I will be back because there is actually one on my mind that I think would be good. Okay, so actually the book that I was thinking of was the new Ashley Hoston book, which I do not have and I've not purchased. And I have other books from her that I haven't read yet. But there is a book, it's called Maestro, and I don't have a physical copy, but I'm thinking it is something that I did want to read. So it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm going to pick that one as an option. Now I can't remember, it's not in front of me. I could look it up, I don't want to, I'm tired. But it's to do with music, and also apparently it's messy. I think, you know, A Love Letter to Whiskey was thrown around in reference to this book, and so is Magnolia Park, so like just messy. And I think it follows like timelines and like these people through different experiences. Let me just actually look it up, even though I said I wasn't going to. Oh, it's written by a man. I don't know why that surprises me. Against the backdrop of Darwin. This is not in Northern Australia. No, this is not the right book. That is not. Okay, Maestro, a love story. This is what we're talking about here. Okay, yes. So for some, first love is a fleeting spark, heralding the greater loves to come. For others, first love is the greatest love, the only love. When a music audition at the world-renowned LaGuardia Arts High School brings together two 13-year-olds, unassuming Aurelia and confident Chadwick. Chadwick? That is not real. The serendipitous encounter becomes an unbreakable friendship. A friendship develops into an unyielding love spanning decades and continents. In New York City, best friends Chad and Aurelia navigate the turbulence of adolescence, and then, yeah, I think it's just... Maestro is a symphony of words, 4 movements filled with longing, secrets, betrayal, and the grace of forgiveness. Forgiveness? Oh, so you know there's gonna be cheating. You know there's gonna be cheating. Well, I mean, I guess if it's being compared to Magnolia Parks and I Love Little Whiskey, there's gonna be cheating in it, isn't there? So we have our 10 books. This is very exciting, you guys. I am so glad that we picked this. I've got to do a thumbnail really quickly. Thank you for joining me. I'm gonna try my hardest to get through these books. I'm gonna have an action plan, a game plan, really just working on getting through them. Well, not getting through them, that makes it sound like a chore, but working on prioritizing reading over like mindless scrolling and stuff. Because why did I find myself on Instagram Reels last night? Instagram Reels. Are you kidding me? Put the phone down. I am very excited for all these books, and I'm gonna have like different reading vlogs, I think, relating to them, but then I will also have like a ending reading vlog that's like the ending reading vlog that's gonna be about like reading my entire TBR. Guys, they all fell. Guys, they all fell. Disaster in the house. Thanks so much for watching. I'm really excited to get to these books. I genuinely feel excited about reading, and the fact that, you know, I was thinking about books and I was looking at books and I was like, I want to read this and stuff. And I think that's just like what's good about making these TBR videos, is because it's getting your mind to think about what books you have, and then in doing that you remember the books you have and you remember why you bought them in the first place, and I'm very excited about that. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.